All right, guys, now we're going to just jump right in and talk about going Ruby and the importance of going Ruby and all of that stuff. So why is Ruby going important? Why is going Ruby important? I'll pull up the compensation plan to show you guys. Oh, how do I do this? Maybe it was just working. Okay. Never mind. Oh wait, here it goes. We're good. Why is going Ruby important? Like I said, I'm going to show you guys compensation plan here. So this is so cool because with each promotion, you're going to be making more and more and more money. So we already talked about going executive. You're going to be making this extra 5% down here. I don't know if you can, whoops, right there. You're going to be making that extra 5%. You go Ruby, you're going to be making an additional 5% on your commission. So who wants to make more money? Me. We all want to make more money, right? So, but here's like the really important reason why we want to go Ruby, because you guys, you go Ruby, right? You get yourself to Ruby, you learn how to, because executive is a huge deal. Don't get me wrong, executive is huge, but this is the first promotion where you're kind of like more in the driver's seat. Like I said, when we're going executive, you're going to be holding hands with your leader. You're still going to be holding your hands with your leader for here, but Ruby is like, it's a big freaking deal. Not that executive is not a big freaking deal, but going Ruby is like, it's huge. I remember when I went Ruby, I was like, oh my gosh, I just went Ruby. How cool is that? I like looked up to Rubies and I was like, that's so cool. Like $500 a month. That's the kind of income that like it makes a big difference for people. $200-300, yes, that makes a big difference. But once you get to that $500-600 mark as a Ruby, that's a big deal. You can do a lot with $500 a month. So I just remember feeling so freaking proud of myself when I went Ruby. And here's the cool thing, and this is what I'm getting down to. If you guys, the most important thing about going Ruby, if you guys can go Ruby, which all of you guys can, anyone can do it. But once you go Ruby, you can go diamond, you can go double, you can go triple, because do you know what happens when you go Ruby yourself? Do you know what the other promotions are? Teaching people how to go Ruby. So if you can go Ruby, you can help other people. You might not feel like you're a leader right now. You might not feel confident enough to be like, how am I supposed to teach other people how to do this? But you can, because everything is learned. You can learn how to be a good leader. You can learn how to teach someone. You can learn how to do this. Like, y'all, I don't even like calling people on the phone, and I can sit on a Zoom and talk to 16 people. Like Carter and I, like, he got so mad at me the other day because I would not call this like realtor number. I'm like, oh no, I'm not calling them. I'm not ordering the pizza. I'm not doing this. I'm not talking to people. If I can learn how to like talk to people, and if I can learn to talk to my story and do this, you guys can learn how to be leaders too. It's some people are natural born leaders, so you hear that a lot. But a lot of people, it takes some growing, it takes some practice, and all of you guys can do it too. So I see Ruby. If you guys go Ruby, you are a leader. You're in that driver's seat of this chart in the promotion. And if you can go Ruby, you can go diamond. And all of you guys are on this Zoom because you want to make $500 a month. But imagine what $200 or $2,000 a month can do for you. Like, it's mind blowing. Sometimes it's like when I talk to people and they're like, I don't even know because I've never even thought about that before. This is only like 30 minutes, so I'm gonna need you to be quiet. Okay, can you go, please?
Can they see me?
Yes, they can see you. They're waving. Everyone's waving at you. Okay, get out of here. We're on a time crunch.
You got any games?
What? Okay, just go.
You ever seen that?
No, I have not. Okay. Anyways, Ruby's a big deal because $500 a month is a big deal. If you can go Ruby, you can go diamond, and if $500 is a big deal, think of what you can do with $2,000 a month. And sometimes it takes a lot of thinking because you're like, I don't even know what I would do with an extra $2,000 a month. But that is why Ruby is so important. And also because the charting goes a little bit more in depth than what we just talked about in the first executive video. So that is why Ruby is crazy, because if you can go Ruby, you can go Emerald, you can go Diamond, you can go Double, you can go Triple, you can go Ambassador, you can do all the things. If you can go Ruby, you can do it. So I talked about the compensation plan. Let me show you guys what a Ruby chart looks like here. Okay, so this is just a clean Ruby chart here. So to go Ruby, this is going to be a little bit different chart-wise, as it was. Let me get these people in the meeting. I need to figure out how to turn this dang thing off. So to go Ruby, it's gonna be a little trickier charting-wise, just because the charting's a little bit different. It's not as cut and dry as going executive. So if you guys remember when you went executive in that last video, we did the scenario that you guys, we did our executive chart. It was pretty simple. Get commission qualified, get your 2 people, get them to 400. Here, we're going to do something very similar, but there's an additional step on top of that. So that's what we're going to talk about. So let's say, I'll just do myself and make up some names. Let's say this is my Ruby chart. I'm going to put my name at the top like always, and then we're going to go through our steps of how we do this again. So step 1, get commission qualified. My handwriting is going to get like super sloppy. So say I run my auto shipment. So I have, let's just say 94 BB under me. So I'm going to write 94 here. I'm going to give myself a check mark because I'm commission qualified. I ran my auto shipment. It was over 80 BB. So I don't need to hit that 150 because I have my auto shipment that ran. So step 2 is going to be to fill those boxes with the people. So let's just say I signed my distributors here. I signed my distributors here. I have Amber and Abby, and who else's name do I see right here? And Kelsey. These are my 3 distributors that I have already signed this month or last month. I already have my 3 distributors, and I'm ready to go. So I'm going to do the same exact steps that I did for projected volume to figure out Amber and Abby and Kelsey's volume. So let's pretend like I went into the eSuite. I did all that stuff. I found out everyone's volume. Let's say Amber has 300. Abby has 200. Poor Kelsey, she has 50. Poor Kelsey, she has 50. So I'm going to add up. Let me get my phone here. So we have all the numbers that are projected. These are orders that have either ran already or that are going to run so far. So I'm going to add them all up to figure out what my total GV is. So 94 plus 300 plus 200 plus 50 is 644. So that's the total. This is the, we already know, you guys already know that the step 3 is fill 400 boxes because we talked about that for the last video with BB. You guys can read that. I should probably rewrite this a little prettier. So then let's just jump forward to this 4th step because we already talked about each of these qualified legs here. The qualified leg equals 400. Qualified leg, if you see that, if you see QL anywhere abbreviated, qualified leg is just 400 club. So our 3rd step right here, 3rd step is to get all of our boxes to 400 club. Okay, so that's what that's what step 3 is going to be. We're going to be working on that. There's still this additional 4th step when you go Ruby, and that's what I'm going to talk about with this group volume here. So if you see this GV minimum at the top, that means we have to be commission qualified. We have to have our 3 people in the boxes. Each box has to be at 400. Then there's this additional step when you get to Ruby, you have to have a GV minimum right here of 2,000. GV is group volume. So that's me, that's Amber, that's Abby, that's Kelsey's distributor, whoever, that's Abby's distributor, whoever. It's a group volume. Say there's even Like say like Nicole is like, I have another person over here that's not in one of my 3 boxes, but Nicole has volume. Let's just say Nicole has 60 BB. That volume counts. Any volume that is in my eSuite is going to count towards this total GV right here, even if they're not in my 3 boxes. We need three boxes to get to 400. Each box, Amber needs to be 400, Abby needs to be 400, Kelsey needs to be 400, and my group volume minimum right here needs to be at 2,000. So this is the additional step that makes it a little trickier when you're trying to go Ruby and you're trying to chart and you're trying to figure this out. So I just calculated, let me add Nicole, so plus 60, we'll pretend she's there. So we need, this is how I do my Ruby chart. We do everything else just like we did the executive chart, right? We went into eSuite, we added up everyone's orders, we made sure we were commission qualified. So then we need to figure out this extra step of the 2,000 GB, and it's not as tricky as it's gonna sound or it seems like at first. So what I like to do on my charts, and you guys will see me write it here, at the top left or top right of my page, I write need. So I know I need 2,000. And if I do this on my iPad, I do it in color, but like I said, I do my own charts on paper, so I don't always do it in color. I have, so with Nicole's order, with all of these people that are, these green numbers here, with all of those, I have 704. So we're going to do some simple math here. 2,000 minus 704 is 1296. So I need 1296 to go Ruby. And that 1296 can be some of Amber's customers, some of Abby's customers, Kelsey's, Nicole's, mine. It can be, say Amber turns on her auto shipment, it can count as that. Say Abby signs a retail customer, that will count. Kelsey signs a distributor who signs a couple customers, that all counts towards that 2,000. Nicole's customers will count towards that 2,000, but I at least have to have 400 boxes. So let me know if this is making sense so far. If you could put it in the chat real quick, just to let me know that this is, or shake your head yes. I can see a lot of you guys. Shake your head yes if you're like, yes, okay, I'm getting it. This is making somewhat sense. Okay, making some sense here. Good. Okay, so that is how we do the charts for Ruby. Like I said, Ruby is a big freaking deal. This is your first like leadership. So Ruby is going to take a little bit more effort. It's going to take more oomph on your part than what you might be used to doing. I always tell people, you don't know the effort it takes to promote until you promote. You don't know like how to work really, really hard until you promote. And sometimes I feel like I'm sometimes offend people when I say that, because I don't want you guys to feel like I'm saying that you're not working hard or you don't work hard or you haven't worked hard. I'm just saying sometimes and it does not apply to everyone. I did not know how to work hard until I hit a promotion, until I ran, until I set that goal and just freaking went for it. I did not know how to work really hard until I did that. So it's just something that we don't know until it's done. But basically, it's go time. You get your 3 people, you have your 3 people underneath you, it's go time. We're still going to be, yeah, you do get discouraged until you see results. And it's going to happen with that time and consistency in that puzzle that we talk about. But you get your 3 people, and it's go time. It is time to set your goal. It is time to get married to your goal. That's something that I say very often. You have to get married to your goal, because like when you think of your goal as a relationship, are there going to be hard days? Are you going to want to punch your husband in the face sometimes? Is he going to come in and annoy you on your Zoom and you're like, get away, I don't want you in here right now? Probably. But then is there lots of days where you're really excited and you're working really hard to build your relationship, to grow together and do all of these things? There's going to be good and bad days. So get married to your goal, because when things get hard, do you just, look at Jasmine. When things get really hard, are you just going to walk out of your relationship? No. Is your goal going to get really hard sometimes? Are you going to get discouraged sometimes? Yes. But when you marry your goal, it's not an option to just walk away. It's not an option to just be like, peace, like deuces, leaving. It's not an option. So get married to your goal. And like I said, people push for executive. A lot of you guys have pushed for executive, but going Ruby, it's just, it takes that leadership aspect that kind of just pops out of nowhere, and you're doing more with your chart. You're talking to your team more. You have more people under you. You guys are leaders. You guys are all leaders. If you're on this, you're a leader. Even if you have no distributors, you guys are a leader. So it's going to take massive action. What does that mean? Basically, what you're used to doing now, it's going to just take more of it. We talked about the puzzle already. Post, message, add, follow up, do your host post. We're just going to do that times however many times it takes to start hitting your goals. It's going to take consistent work. It's going to take talking to your team frequently. And like we already talked about, like the team communication and the important part. But like I said, when you're going Ruby, you're a leader. You're growing into that leadership role. You might not feel like you're a leader. You might feel like, still don't know what I'm doing. I didn't know what I was doing when I went Ruby. You still might feel like that, but we still, so say you signed a person in this box down here. So say I signed Amber. I'm going to be pumping up Amber every single day. Amber, you're 100 from 400 Club. That's so excited. Abby, you're only 200 from 400 Club. Kelsey, you're only 100 away from getting commission qualified. I'm going to be pumping up my team daily. I'm going to be keeping them updated on their charts because, like I said, this is your promotion. Kelsey, maybe she's slacking a little bit. She only had 50 VV. Maybe I can't get Kelsey to respond. I can't get her to do that. I'm not going to hold off on my $500 paycheck because I'm waiting for Kelsey to get her crap together. I'm going to promote. It's my promotion. It's my money. And the cool thing is I'm going to be making Kelsey a paycheck. And maybe once Kelsey gets that first paycheck, she's like, wow, I just like got a paycheck and I didn't really do much. And then they're going to reach out to you and be like, hey, like I just got paid. Like I want to start doing this again. I've had that has happened almost every month. That happens. So when you are going Ruby and you do have these people underneath of you, like I said before, some people aren't going to want to run as fast as you are, and that is okay. We will always welcome back anyone that wants to start running again. Of course, like we're always here with open arms, ready to accept anyone that wants to restart and wants to keep going. And if they don't want to start too, it's okay. It is okay. So let me screen share again. And tell you guys a little secret. Well, not a secret, but tell you guys something. So like Amber just said in the chat, like it's your promotion. It's your responsibility. Like this is your promotion, and we are helping our teams. Obviously, like we want all of our teams to make a paycheck. We want this, but when you want to promote, and you're not going to let anyone stop you. Whoops. Okay. So move this chat. Ultimately, you have to do the work is what Amber just said, and that's exactly right. So up here where it says I need this 296, I do have Amber and Abby are like, they're working. We'll pretend like Kelsey and Nicole kind of, they're not. And no, I just saw your guys' faces, so I don't actually mean that you guys don't work. Please don't be offended. But let's just say I need this 1296. I'm going to work, like I'm going to enroll all of that by myself because this is my promotion. This is my paycheck. Obviously, where you're here, we're going to help Abby and Amber and Kelsey and Nicole hit all of their goals, but I'm not going to miss out on my promotion waiting for them to catch the vision too, because sometimes it takes someone a long time. Sometimes it doesn't take people long at all and they jump out right the gate, and maybe Amber and I go Ruby at the same time. Maybe she's like kills it and she goes Ruby at the same time as me, and that's awesome, but I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to wait on anyone because especially right now, $500 will make a big difference in your life. So do not ever wait because someone on your team is slacking. Do not ever let that get you down because it's going to happen. It's going to be okay. I know that's discouraging to hear when you're brand new. That's just how it is. Jocelyn Yates and Ambassador Diamond explained it as sometimes you're going to, you're signing distributors is like a deck of cards. So sometimes you're going to flip over, but you never know what you're going to flip over. It's all going to be mixed up. Sometimes you're going to flip over a king or queen or ace. Those people are going to be like the runners like you guys. Sometimes you're going to flip over a 7 or 8 who they're like kind of in it. They can maybe sign a couple customers here. We're still going to help them. We still want them to reach their goals. They're just going to move a little bit slower. The cat's scratching at the door. Maybe you're going to flip over a 1 or a 2 or a joker. The joker would be the person that like never responds to you again after they sign up. That happens. It happens. It's okay. We're not going to stop because of that. We're going to keep going because we can move our customers, because we can help our teams like while helping ourselves too. We can keep going and not waiting on people. This is something very cool and very like special about our company, because and a lot of companies, you can't move your customers. So your promotion is like, yes, it's up to you, but you're just signing a bunch of distributors and hoping some of them take off, because this is in your control. And that's something so special with this company, because we are in control. We will never not be in control. We can promote with or without a running team. And yes, that's exactly why we always want to enroll new people, because people are going to stop, and that's okay. That is okay. Amber and Abby, they were the first people that like some of the first people that I had on my team. Do you guys want to know how many people I signed like before and after them that are gone? If you do, I don't even know. But anyways, moving forward, you're going to have people that don't work and don't run like you. It's okay, but it's still your promotion. So here we go. I'm going to work like this. $12.96 is my responsibility. Anything that Amber, Abby, Kelsey, Nicole sign is going to be extra. It's going to be great. Yay, I can delete that, or I can minus that number down. That's going to be great. But I'm going to be working like that. $12.96 is mine. And I know, like I said before, that can be kind of intimidating. You're like, whoa, $12.96. I've never enrolled more than 2 customers in my life. How am I supposed to do that? You are never a mass enroller until you become a mass enroller. No one starts the business and enrolls 60 customers. Not 60, that's crazy, but no one starts the business and like starts enrolling. Well, some people like Stephanie do, I guess, but most people don't start the business and start enrolling 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 customers a month. Like, we all start where you guys are. We all start being like, I barely know how to sign a customer, but I still want to go Ruby. I still want to make this $500 a month, but I can't because I never have signed a customer. You never sign a customer until you sign a customer. You never sign a distributor until you sign a distributor. You never enroll $12.96 until you enroll $12.96. So there's nothing that you cannot do. There's nothing that is impossible. There's nothing that is too big or too small. You can do that $12.96. If Amber, Abby, Kelsey, and Nicole help, that's awesome. That makes it so much easier, and it's more fun when you have working people. Yeah, exactly. Stephanie just said she just does the things, and she does the things consistently, and she's done the things consistently since day one, and that's how she was birthed a mass enroller. But I was not birthed a mass enroller. I did not enroll 20 customers a month until I enrolled 20 customers a month. And it took a little bit. So how I divide up my goal, and you guys already know how I look at this. I look at this 96 and I'm like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to get 96 BV. I'm going to get like 2 customers. They're going to be bigger BV orders, or maybe 1 customer. I'm going to get $12.96. So say that's my goal. And then say Kelsey enrolls a customer. I'm obviously going to subtract that and say she enrolls like 30 BV or whatever. So I'm going to go to my chart, erase this. I think that would be like 1266. And then I'd update Kelsey's number, but I'm not going to do the math right now. I'm 1266 away. Then the rest of the day, okay, I'm going to get 66. I'm going to get 66. Say I signed a couple customers. I get it. I'm going to go back and redo my chart. So say I enrolled a couple customers and now I have 108. So I look at this 108. In my brain, I'm like, okay, yeah, the 1108 is kind of scary, or whatever I just said. 1108 is kind of scary, but I'm going to look at this 108. 108, hell yeah, I can do that 108. I'm going to get under 1,000 today. I'm going to push to get under 1,000 by whenever. I promise you guys, once you get under 1,000, once you get into that 3-digit, it's so exciting. You just see the numbers keep falling, and volume is literally just going to be flowing in. Nothing will stop you. Set your goals, do all the things consistently, and you guys are going to get there. Look at your numbers, get so dead set on, I'm going to knock down that number to 3 digits. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. That's what you have to do to go Ruby. You have to be a little more strategic, a little more attentive to your chart, a little more driven, and you're going to put in a little more effort, if I'm being completely honest. So the next thing that's on my list, if you guys have any questions about let me say one more thing about charting and going Ruby here before I share my screen. So we're going to be walking you through where to move these customers. So whatever numbers I have here, we'll just pretend I think it was 1296. So say I'm 1296 away. That 1296, we can have some of it from anywhere, but we still need, like, Amber still needs 100. That's a minus sign. Abby still needs 200. Kelsey still needs 350. And actually, yeah, whatever. But so the volume that you are bringing in, once you're commission qualified, you're pretty much going to be moving every single customer to help you guys promote and help your team get excited and help your team hit their goals too, of their first 400 club or whatever. So you're going to be talking to your upline consistently on where you're going to place these. And I still will have people like people that are Ruby and Emerald and above message me like, hey, I just signed this customer, where should I put it? That I want you guys to reach out. You can't really make a mistake. Everyone's like, oh, I don't want to make a mistake. If you do, it's okay. It's still gonna count towards this group volume. So if you feel like, oh, I maybe I shouldn't have placed it there, you can't really screw it up that bad. Like it's gonna count. It's gonna be fine. But we still want to make sure we're doing it in the best way possible to get you there the quickest. So when you guys are placing, you're going to be talking to your uplines, and your uplines, what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at where's the volume needed most. So Amber is killing it. I know Amber can get that 100 by herself, even though in my head, I'm going to push for this. Amber's going to be my last worry because I think she can do that by herself. Kelsey, she's slacking. She won't message me back. I'm going to shoot for Kelsey first. So I'm not going to put all of my eggs in one basket right away, meaning I'm not going to place however much in volume right away. I think she had 50. So she needed 350. I'm not just going to go and place every single thing there right away. I'm going to try to keep it balanced. So say I place like a couple customers with Kelsey. Maybe Abby needs some help too. I'm going to place some with Abby, place some with whoever. It's just going to vary, and there's no like right or wrong, really. I don't want to say wrong because there kind of is there's not, but we're going to help place where it needs to be, like who's the farthest away. We're also going to take into consideration who is like not working hard, and because that's where the volume needs to go. If Amber's running, she can do that 100 herself. Abby, she's doing pretty good. She can knock down some by herself, but Kelsey's going to need the most help. So that's where I'm going to put a lot of my customers, but I'm not just going to automatically fill her to 400. You know what I mean? So like I said, I don't expect you guys to know how to go Ruby until you go Ruby. So I don't expect you guys to know exactly where every single customer is going to go. I still question myself and still ask where about placing and ask my upline. So if you guys sign a customer, message us, and we're checking eSuite frequently too. So we're going to be on top of it as well. But if you guys sign a customer, hey, I just signed 60 BV, where do you think I should put it? And sometimes we might be like, where do you think we should put it, just to get you practicing and get you thinking. Or you can even message us and be like, hey, I just signed 30 BV. I'm thinking under Kelsey. What do you think? Have that team communication with us, and then keep your team updated. Say you moved 50 to Kelsey, you moved 50 to Kelsey, so Kelsey's only 50 away now from being commission qualified. I'm going to message Kelsey and be like, hey, you're only like 2 customers away from getting commission qualified. Like, let's get you a paycheck this month. Maybe she responds, maybe she doesn't. I'm not going to blow up her phone if she doesn't, but that's exciting. And it might get her ready to run if she knows that she's close to getting a paycheck. Okay, I'm running out of breath. Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk about with like the charting and all of that stuff. The next thing that I want to talk about is shouting it out. Claim this promotion. Post to your Instagram, post to your Facebook. I'm so excited. I'm going to hit this promotion this month. Even if you are still like, am I actually going to hit this promotion? I don't really know. Shout yourself out, even if you're like questioning it. And that's okay, because the more you speak it, the more you talk about it, the more you tell people, it's going to happen. You are speaking it into existence. So shout yourself out. put it on your story, put it on your things, tell your family, that's something that I wasn't really good at first, because honestly, Carter was very skeptical of this. Like when I first got started, he thought it was stupid. He thought I was on my phone all the time. And now he's also a distributor. He doesn't like actively work, but like he also has an account and he makes his car payment every single month from the income under his accountant. But at the beginning, he was not very, not, I don't want to say not supportive, but he was very skeptical. So I wasn't really telling him that I was like pushing for this promotion. And as soon as I started like explaining what I was doing, and as soon as I was like, I'm working for this promotion, and this is why I'm doing it, because it's going to make me this much more money, he was way more understanding and way more supportive, because I was sharing with him what I was doing and why I was doing it. So share with your family, share with your friends, tell your kids. Callie's not old enough to like understand yet, but I've seen like some other leaders that they like tell their kids like that they're shooting for this, and then their kids are like, Mom, you need to go do this, you need to like go enroll a customer, because kids are they're so loving. They want you to reach your goals too. So tell people what you're doing. It's going to make it that much easier, and you're just going to speak it into existence. So I think that's kind of what all I wanted to talk about with going Ruby. Basically, if you guys can go Ruby, you can go Diamond, you can make $500 a month. Yes, Stephanie, it's your team home. You can make $2,000 a month. And it's just going to start with making that decision every day, marrying that decision, not quitting when it's hard, not walking away when it's hard, but figuring it out. Because that's what you guys do in your relationships, right? If you guys have a speed bump, if you guys have an argument, you don't just peace out. You don't just walk away when you're feeling down, right? Maybe for a second, but you come right back, not like actually walk away, but you might like, okay, get out of the room for a second or whatever. But if you get that dedicated to your goal, that it makes it impossible to just walk away and give up. So keep on doing that. Yes, know your why. That's something we talked about on the promotion Zoom the other day. Know why you're doing this. Like, why is this making such a difference? And whatever you guys, I was going to say two more things. Okay. Reason number one, or thing number one that I'm going to say, and I asked this to one of my chats the other day. If you guys drop a 1 if you guys have like a full-time job, or if you've ever had a full-time job before, put a 1 in the chat. A couple 1s being dropped, more 1s. Yeah, okay, so many of us have had a full-time job or do have a full-time job. If your full-time job offered you double pay, like double your salary, double like what you would make in a year for coming into work 1 hour earlier, would you say yes? Drop a 2 if you would say yes. Hell yeah, Steph said. Yeah, all of us would show up to work an hour earlier to double our income. Now, if they said, okay, I'm going to triple your salary if you come in early and stay an hour late, like add 2 more hours to your day, would you do it? Drop a 3 or yes or whatever. Yeah, we would do those things for that much of a raise. We would do those things for our full-time job. Same thing with this business, guys. If you dedicate 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour at night, you guys, do you know how crazy your paychecks will be? It doesn't seem like that much, and we do work this business in the nooks and crannies of our day. That's the beauty of this. But when you get focused and when you set your goals so high, and you put 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour at night, you will double and you will triple your income. And I know that because I've done it. I've done it this year, just from January to February. And if you guys are feeling, I keep saying a turd floater. I don't know where that turd floater term came from, but if you're feeling like a turd floater and you're like, I don't want to work, I don't want to do these things, I'm feeling unmotivated. I was in the same place in January, and I just had to flip a switch, and I started putting in 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour at night, and 1 hour during nap time, just because I was ready for it. And my income has literally tripled since January. And if I can do it, you guys can do it too. I was discouraged, I was feeling crummy, we were moving, we were doing all these things, and I was also barely pregnant, so I was tired, I didn't feel good, I didn't want to do anything. And if I can do it, you guys can do it too. So set your alarm, work 1 day earlier or 1 hour earlier, stay up an hour later, and that is going to double and triple your paycheck. And if you guys don't believe me, prove me wrong. Someone please prove to me that you, for one whole month, that you woke up and you did that and your paycheck didn't double. Prove me wrong, please. Like, I would love that, because I know for a fact, I can say it confidently, if you do those things, your paycheck will double. So any questions about going Ruby, or why Ruby is so important? This is longer than I wanted it to be, but any questions? If you guys need anything, message me, of course. But I'm excited. The next 2 of these Zooms, we're going to have a Going Emerald and Going Diamond Zoom on Sunday. So you guys feel free to jump on those too. Get a little taste of what it's going to be like when you go Ruby and you're pushing for these bigger promotions. Emerald is about $8,000 to $9,000, or $800 to $1,000 a month, and Diamond is $2,000 a month. So jump on those Zooms. Feel free, even if you're not Ruby yet, feel free to jump on the other Zooms. It is okay. So, all right, guys, I'm going to end this meeting, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.